Hello and welcome to Defense Anatomy, your trusted source for the latest developments in defense, geopolitics, and strategic affairs. Today we bring you a comprehensive roundup of the most important updates shaping India's national security landscape. Let's get started. First, a shocking development from the Dubai Air Show 2025. An Indian Air Force Tejas light combat aircraft has crashed during a demonstration flight, marking a significant setback for India's indigenous aviation program. Eyewitness accounts and initial reports indicate the crash occurred mid-aerobatics over the exhibition grounds at Al Maktoum International Airport, with the aircraft plummeting into a non-critical area. Tragically, no ejection was observed, and emergency teams are on site. This is only the second non-Tejas accident since its induction, following a prior incident earlier this year, and it unfolds just as Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, or HAL, was showcasing the platform's export potential to over 100 international delegations. The Tejas, a cornerstone of the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, represents over 2 decades of domestic engineering prowess, boasting advanced avionics, multi-role capabilities, and cost-effectiveness at around $40 to $50 million per unit, far below Western counterparts. For India, this mishap could erode international buyer confidence at a time when we are pushing for deals with nations like Argentina and the Philippines, potentially delaying export revenues projected to hit 50,000 crore rupees by 2029. Domestically, it underscores the need for rigorous safety audits and accelerated upgrades like the Tejas Mk1A variant, ensuring our pilots' lives aren't compromised while safeguarding the jobs of 16,000 MSMEs in the supply chain. Our thoughts are with the pilot's family and the IAF team. Investigations by HAL and the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau are underway to pinpoint mechanical or procedural factors. Shifting to regional tensions, a new report submitted to the US Congress has sparked debate by claiming Pakistan achieved a military success over India in a brief 4-day clash earlier this year, attributing much of Islamabad's edge to Chinese-supplied weaponry and intelligence support. Titled China's Role in South Asian Conflicts, the document, prepared by the US-China Economic and Security Review Commission, analyzes the May 2025 skirmish following the Pahalgam insurgent attack, which triggered Operation Sindoor, India's precision strikes on terror camps across the line of control. It highlights how Pakistan's J-10C fighters, armed with PL-15 missiles and real-time satellite data from Beijing, neutralized Indian advances in the first 48 hours, forcing a ceasefire. While the report acknowledges India's effective use of BrahMos and S-400 systems in later phases, it warns of Beijing's growing military footprint in the neighborhood. For Indians, this narrative challenges our post-operation triumph and could fuel domestic calls for accelerated border fortifications and drone swarms along the LOC, especially as it amplifies perceptions of vulnerability amid Pakistan's 17% defense budget hike to Rs 2.55 trillion rupees. Geopolitically, it pressures New Delhi to diversify arms sourcing beyond Russia, evident in recent US deals, and strengthens the case for Quad-led intelligence sharing to counter Sino-Pak access encroachments, ultimately bolstering our deterrence to protect civilian lives in border states like Jammu and Kashmir. In a proactive step to enhance operational mobility in extreme terrains, the Indian Army has selected the BvS10 Sindhu all-terrain carrier as its new high-altitude workhorse, signing a licensed production deal with Larsen & Toubro, or L&T, for 18 units tailored for Himalayan and marshland missions. Developed by Sweden's BAE Systems Hägglunds and customized as the Sindhu variant for India's needs, this amphibious 8x8 vehicle offers superior payload capacity up to 4 tons, modular armor for troop transport, command posts, or ambulance roles, and proven performance in sub-zero temperatures down to -46 degrees Celsius, ideal for Ladakh's Siachen glacier or Arunachal's flood-prone borders. This acquisition, valued at around Rs 1200 crore, builds on the Army's push for indigenization by involving local manufacturing in Gujarat's L&T facilities, with delivery slated for 2027. For India, it directly addresses capability gaps exposed in the 2020 Galwan standoff, where mobility in snow and water hindered logistics. By reducing reliance on imported snowmobiles, it could save Rs 500 crore annually in maintenance while creating 2,000 skilled jobs in defense engineering. Broader implications include stronger interoperability with Quad allies like the US, which uses similar platforms, and a boost to our strategic posture against adversarial encroachments, ensuring faster troop rotations and supply lines that safeguard soldiers' lives in unforgiving environments. On the economic front, which increasingly intersects with our defense imperatives, The Indian rupee has plummeted to a record low of Rs 89.50 against the US dollar today, prompting likely intervention by the Reserve Bank of India to stem further depreciation amid US trade uncertainties and a hawkish Federal Reserve outlook. Flash PMI data also signals a 6-month low in private sector growth due to manufacturing slowdowns. But the rupee's fragility hits hardest on import-dependent sectors like defense, where 60% of high-tech components, example jet engines and semiconductors, are sourced abroad. For everyday Indians, this translates to higher fuel and grocery prices, eroding purchasing power and potentially stoking inflation to 5.5% by year-end. For the military, it inflates procurement costs for ongoing deals like the US Javelin package, possibly adding Rs 5,000 crore to the FY26 budget. Positively, it could accelerate Atmanirbhar drives in electronics and forex hedging, while RBI's anticipated 50 basis point rate cuts in December might ease borrowing for MSMEs in the defense corridor, fostering job growth and stabilizing the economy to support long-term security investments. In summary, November 21st developments from the Tejas tragedy calling for urgent aviation safeguards, the provocative US report demanding refined Indo-Pacific strategies, the BvS10 selection fortifying our high-altitude edge, to the rupee's wars highlighting fiscal defense linkages, reveal a nation grappling with immediate risks while forging ahead with resilience. These threads weave together to emphasize proactive diplomacy, technological self-sufficiency, and economic agility as pillars of India's security. Thank you for watching Defense Anatomy. If these insights sparked your thoughts, especially on the Tejas probe or rupee impacts, drop a comment below, like and subscribe for more updates. Stay informed, stay secure. Until next time.